This is News 3 Now at 5.
Thanks for staying with us. We continue to have alert days in the forecast for this frigid weather.
And the colder temperatures could get even colder from here. Let's get a first look at your first warned forecast with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti on the weather patio. Gary?
Well, Susan, the big question is whether or not there's much of a breeze tonight. If there is, those wind chills will drop in a hurry because temperatures will be colder than they were last night. Has been some light snow across northern Illinois. A little bit of it has moved into far southern Wisconsin, but that is starting to break up to our south, and we will see skies clear out from west to east during the evening hours. Might be a few flurries still out there, but for the most part, most of the snow is down across northern Illinois. You can see visibilities right now around 1.25 miles in Kenosha, light snow, and maybe some flurries in Janesville with a visibility of 6 miles. Otherwise, for the most part, visibilities at or above 10 miles. Wind chill advisories have been issued from tonight until tomorrow morning, beginning at 9 p.m. for our western viewers and midnight for the rest of us. Low temperatures this morning were in the single digits to near 10 degrees below zero. Not quite as cold as the previous night. Current temperatures are in the single digits above zero, but not by much, and wind chills are already below zero and continuing to fall. In fact, by tomorrow morning, temperatures could be down to around 12 below zero, with wind chills as cold as 25 below zero. That's why I have the wind chill advisory. Tomorrow's high only at 8 degrees, and wind chills should stay below zero all day. And there's more cold where that came from. I'll have more details in weather in a few minutes.
And you may see more people together due to new relaxed guidelines in Dane County.
A new public health emergency order goes into effect on Wednesday. Brady Mallory joins us now with some of the changes that we'll see. Brady?
Well, today, Public Health Madison, Dane County gave us a look at how it's changing gathering limits, and a big key here is whether you can get something to eat and drink. Well, the size depends on whether or not food will be involved. Indoor gatherings offering those are limited to 25 people, and that number goes up to 50 for anything without food. Same thing goes for outside. 100 people is the limit for any event offering refreshments. Events not doing so can reach up to 150 guests. Well, sports are also allowed under the current order.
We know that keeping our masks on when we are gathering with others is safer, and this order continues to recognize that. And that's why we have the distinction between gatherings that have food and drink, where you'll have to remove your mask, and those that don't, where you can keep your mask on.
Sports that cannot maintain physical distancing at all times are limited to 25 people inside, 100 people outside. Anyone participating in a sport event outdoors, including practices, must wear a mask unless the sport is played individually or allows physical distancing to be met at all times. The new order comes as the number of new COVID-19 cases continues to go down in Dane County. 11% of Dane County residents have also received at least one dose of the vaccine.
All right, Brady, thank you. Wisconsin has reported the lowest number of new COVID-19 cases in a single day since August. Health officials confirmed 543 new cases today. That's down from the 7-day average. Just over 3,000 people were vaccinated yesterday. DHS officials say 767,020 doses of the vaccine have been administered to Wisconsinites, while 165,370 people, or 2.8% of the state's adults, have fully completed the vaccine series.
Rock County will soon be home to the first community vaccination site in Wisconsin. Governor Evers, alongside the Wisconsin Department of Health Services, announced a partnership with AMI Expeditionary Healthcare to establish vaccination sites around the state. The Rock County vaccination site is scheduled to open February 16th. The Rock County site will be able to vaccinate up to 250 people per day. Officials did not share details on the specific location of the vaccination site.
Well, it is one thing to hear there aren't enough vaccines in Wisconsin right now. It is another thing to see it.
That's UW Health's goal with a new COVID dashboard released today. Charlotte Deleste walks us through the new information and how it could help you figure out when your turn for a vaccine might come. Charlotte?
Susan and Eric, Dr. Matt Anderson looks at these new charts and is frustrated. They show UW Health has more than 22,000 people scheduled for their first dose, but only enough for about 1,000 of them. He says there are a few reasons for this. One, the federal government simply isn't sending vaccine out fast enough, but there are more vaccinators in the state than before. That means large-scale hubs like UW Health are getting a smaller piece of the pie.
We have 11 times the number of people to vaccinate than the supply we're getting this week. we have more than double the capacity to give vaccines than what we're getting this week. So, you start to do the math and it starts to become challenging.
Anderson says at this rate, Wisconsin likely would not hit the March 1st target date for starting the next phase of vaccines. The new online dashboard also has helpful reminders and registration tips for when it is your turn to get a vaccine. Anderson added the silver lining here is UW Health has gotten very good at efficiently giving out the doses it has. So when supply ramps up, they'll be ready.
Charlotte, thank you. And the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says it is seeing more than 2,000 cases of a rare condition linked to COVID in children. That condition is known as multisystem inflammatory syndrome in children, or MISC. According to the CDC, it's unclear what exactly causes it. The CDC reports that multiple organs become inflamed weeks after the child is exposed to COVID. While children typically recover, in severe cases, MISC can result in complications such as heart damage. Most of the cases happen between the ages of 1 and 14. Nearly 7 in 10 cases identify as either Black or Hispanic or Latino.
Congressional negotiators begin work today on hammering out the details of what exactly will be in the final version of the American Rescue Plan, President Biden's coronavirus relief package.
And Deborah Alfarone has more details from the White House.
President Biden is calling on Congress to pass his $1.9 trillion coronavirus relief package as quickly as possible, tweeting, "We don't have a second to waste when it comes to delivering the American people the relief they desperately need."
Our expectation is that this week's House markups will track closely with what the president has proposed, but there will, of course, be adjustments to strengthen the bill and tweaks as a result of the legislative process.
President Biden told CBS News' Norah O'Donnell that he's going to stand firm on providing stimulus checks to most Americans.
You've said you're not compromising on the $1,400 checks.
No. He did say he was willing to negotiate on who is eligible to receive the checks, as well as holding off on the $15 an hour minimum wage bill. But he is not flexible about the $400 a week unemployment benefits for the next 6 months. President Biden says he still believes he'll win some bipartisan support from congressional Republicans, but they say White House calls for unity are just lip service.
The administration is showing very clearly they don't care if they have to work with us.
The White House does plan to include a proposal first introduced by Utah Senator Mitt Romney last week. The plan would give tax credits of $3,600 for every child under the age of 6, $3,000 for kids 6 to 17. Americans who make more money would receive lower benefits. Deborah Alfarone, CBS News, the White House.
House Democrats are introducing a new bill today that would make the child tax credits permanent. The American Family Act would provide families with monthly payments of $250 per child and $300 for children under 6.
Wisconsin residents and UW alumni are teaming up to help rebuild UW-Madison following the pandemic. Last week, UW-Madison Chancellor Rebecca Blank said the University of Wisconsin will face $320 million in pandemic-related losses. A group of Wisconsin residents created Badgers United, which is a nonprofit formed by Wisconsin residents who recognize UW-Madison's impact on the state. They say the decline in state support, the decline in revenue, and the tuition freeze are taking a toll on the university.
I feel a great sense of urgency that all of us as leaders in our community, we need our friends in the legislature, we need our friends in the executive, but all of us have got to redouble, triple our efforts to make up for some of the ground that we've lost, but really to project this institution forward, this great global institution forward, for the next couple decades.
Officials say UW-Madison ranks 10th in the Big Ten when it comes to tuition costs. A Columbus woman faces federal charges for trying to hire someone off the internet to commit a murder. 37-year-old Kelly Harper was arrested on Friday. A federal complaint says she visited a murder-for-hire website on the dark web between October and December. The complaint alleges that Harper provided the description of the victim and shared information information about that person's vehicle and workplace. Harper also reportedly provided the would-be victim's cell phone number, and a payment for the transaction was made in Bitcoin. Harper is in custody in the Dane County Jail. If convicted, Harper faces a maximum penalty of 10 years in federal prison.
A judge has denied a bail modification for a 16-year-old accused of killing a Fitchburg teenager.
While I am a bit sympathetic to Mr. Sanders' age, I'm not sympathetic to the facts surrounding this crime and/or
G. Sanders charged with first-degree intentional homicide for shooting and killing Shay Watson back in 2019. Today, appearing by video, Sanders' lawyer asked for bail to be lowered and for Sanders to be placed in a counseling program. The judge denied both of those requests. A future court date has not yet been set.
Legalizing marijuana in Wisconsin would mean a significant change for many police departments. Governor Evers proposed the idea yesterday, putting the state in charge of regulating and taxing it.
But enforcement would still fall on police and sheriff's departments. Gabriella Becerra is downtown Madison and explains how those agencies feel about this potential change. Gabby?
Well, Susan and Eric, most law enforcement agencies tell me they're looking to other states to learn more information on how to handle this potential change. Governor Evers' proposal would make it legal for people aged 21 and up to have up to 2 ounces of pot. Down in Janesville, Police Chief David Moore says he doesn't fully support legalizing marijuana, but recognizes other states have adjusted, so Wisconsin police could too. His major concerns are people driving while high and drugs getting into the hands of young teenagers.
Well, we're not the first state to look at this, and there are many states in the nation that have already legalized marijuana. And those that have, there has not been any big crime increases. And actually, there's been a decrease of responsibility on the criminal justice system because we're not making arrests for simple possession.
Chief Moore was not able to comment on how Illinois' decision to legalize marijuana has affected Janesville. And Moore says his officers already come across marijuana quite a bit, so he's curious to see how regulating it will affect the distribution.
All right, Gabby, thank you. And head on News 3 now at 5. The Sun Prairie School District is expected to address an assignment about slavery given to students earlier this month. We'll have the latest. And coming up tonight at 6, Wisconsin is making strides when it comes to administering the COVID-19 vaccine. We'll tell you how. That story and more next hour at 6. And on Wall Street, the Dow climbs more than 237.5 points. The NASDAQ closed up 131. The S&P with a 29-point jump. And we'll be right back.
The President's Sale at Slumberland.
Come on.
Slumberland Furniture has the best prices around. And right now, everything is an additional 25% off.
Well, hello, Slumberland.
Get your look for less at the huge President's Sale at Slumberland.
President's Day means more savings at the Brothers Maine President's Day Super Sale. Get in right now for the sale of the season with more savings on more brands like Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, and Amana. We've got a lot more satisfaction for you at Maine, like up to 18-month 0% financing and free delivery to make life a little easier. Hey, there's more home satisfaction at the Moore store. The President's Day Super Sale. More selection, more savings, and more satisfaction today at the Brothers Maine, your local store for more since 1938.
Winter in Wisconsin means snow, blustering winds, and sub-zero temperatures. Will your insulation keep your home warm? Frank Construction can always help. We're your roofing and insulation pros. We'll find cracks and air pathways in your insulation that are letting in the icy cold and hindering your comfort. With our thermal imaging and cutting-edge insulation techniques, you'll be sure that your home will be warm and energy efficient for many years to come. Visit frankconstruction.com today and prepare your home for the long winter.
My lips get so dry and cracked, I need serious relief. That's why I use O'Keefe's Lip Repair. It's all-day moisture in one use and is guaranteed relief for extremely dry, cracked lips.
Also available in O'Keefe's Working Hands. Guaranteed relief for extremely dry, cracked hands.
Want to brain better? Unlike ordinary memory supplements, Nariva has clinically proven ingredients that fuel 5 indicators of brain performance: memory, focus, accuracy, learning, and concentration. Try our new gummies for 30 days and see the difference.
Let's say your car needs a new part, like an alternator. You could get just the one part at the typical auto parts store. Or for the same money at rockauto.com, get the alternator plus the belt and tensioner kit you'll need to do the repair right and have money left over to buy lunch. Since 1999, rockauto.com has provided reliably low prices. easy-to-use website, huge selection of parts, and fast shipping.
All the parts your car will ever need, Rock Auto.
He's thinking new mattress. She's thinking, well, a lot of things. It's okay. Get an extra 25% off our already low Slumberland price. The Sealy Posturepedic mattress on closeout for only $529. Our biggest sale of the year at Slumberland Furniture.
Hi, folks. Tuesday morning, Chris Reese is tracking the latest on dangerously cold temperatures across Wisconsin. And we take you inside a new cookie shop in the 608 that's been all the buzz recently. We'll see you starting at 4:30 on News 3 Now this morning.
Get more local news now with Channel 3000 Plus, our free digital streaming service that brings you area news and info 24/7 from the News 3 Now team. Channel 3000 Plus. Download it today and watch from your streaming media player or mobile device. You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
We are expecting the Sun Prairie Area School District to address a racially insensitive assignment about slavery given to 6th graders last week.
The district has not answered our questions about how the assignment that it called a grave error in judgment slipped through the cracks, and today responded to a letter from parents who are demanding the assistant superintendent lose their job. Our Amanda Quintana joins us now with the details. Amanda?
Yes, well, it's been a week since photos of that assignment were posted on social media, asking students how they would punish a disrespectful slave. Now, today, in a letter released to families, the superintendent is encouraging parents to watch the school board meeting tonight. The letter also responds to a demand from a group of parents to fire the assistant superintendent for teaching, learning, and equity. The superintendent says that will not happen. Instead, he listed 13 ways the district has been working toward racial equity over the last 5 years, including updating curriculum, updating anti-bias standards, creating a Black History Month commemoration, and doing employee trainings. But what he did not address in this letter is how the district is actually responding to this specific incident and what, if anything, is going to happen to those teachers that were put on administrative leave. We are expecting a response to that tonight. Again, that meeting is tonight at 6 o'clock. And you can watch it online. You just have to go to sunprairiemediacenter.com. It's a virtual meeting.
All right, Amanda, thank you for that update. And the frigid temperatures causing some problems on our roads out there, as you can imagine. Crews are asking drivers to be extra cautious.
If you come over a hill or go around a corner, things may change with you may have a changing conditions where you had drifting or there's an icy spot.
Dane County crews say the Beltline and Interstate should be in good shape, but county roads and side streets, well, that's another story. Crews are currently sanding some of those roads because salt doesn't work when it's this cold. Crews are also asking drivers to keep their distance and slow down when you're ever following any snow plows.
It doesn't look like there'll be any natural melting anytime soon. Let's get a check on the first warned forecast with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti. Gary?
Susan, that's why we have alert days in the forecast. With the bitterly cold temperatures, cold enough that obviously it's going to impact travel because the salt doesn't work at temperatures that cold, and we don't see that changing really through the early part of next week. Alert days are in the forecast through the weekend and through Monday of next week. Low temperatures every night will be below zero. Some cases, like tonight, we'll see them in the teens below zero, with wind chills perhaps as cold as 25 to 40 below zero, especially next weekend. Daytime high temperatures only in the single digits to around 10, and wind chills remaining below zero all day long. High resolution radar, there have been a few flurries across southern Wisconsin. For the most part, those are moving out. Some light snow across northern Illinois has brought some minor accumulations, but again, all of that snow is moving almost due east, so skies are actually clearing out to the west of us, and that's what allow our temperatures to really nosedive tonight. There are winter weather advisories for that band of snow down to our south for a couple of inches of accumulation, but more importantly for us, wind chill advisories are back in across the entire state of Wisconsin, except for right near the Lake Michigan shoreline from Milwaukee southward. Otherwise, wind chill warnings are in effect for northern Minnesota, parts of North Dakota, where wind chills could get down to 45 to 50 below zero. Our wind chills probably around 25 5 below zero early tomorrow morning, but that will extend into parts of northern Illinois and much of Iowa as well. Current temperatures, single digits above zero here, but already below zero over the northwestern half of Wisconsin, and those temperatures will continue to fall. Wind chills right now, 5 below zero in Madison, but the farther north and west you go, those wind chills start dropping into the teens and 20s below zero, and that's what will be moving in later on tonight. Future track wind chills by early tomorrow morning. We're showing wind chills perhaps around 25 below zero, and even during the day, those wind chills staying below zero. Wednesday morning, pretty much the same story. Wind chills in the 20s below zero. Thursday morning, wind chills in the mid-20s below zero. Friday morning, wind chills perhaps around 30 below zero. And you can see as we head into the weekend, that's when the bulk of the colder air arrives. We could be looking at wind chills generally around 40 below zero by early on Saturday morning and early on Sunday morning, depending on the winds and where the bulk of that cold air is. You can see on Sunday morning the bitterest wind chills just out to the west of us. But even into Monday morning of next week, wind chills still into the lower 30s below zero. So there just is no break from that from the chill, and that's because the polar vortex, which has been spinning around to the north, starts dropping southward. And again, the bulk of the coldest air may arrive by the weekend. Now, it won't be quite as intense as it is up in Canada, but eventually, as we head into the latter part of next week, a storm system will move by and maybe flatten out the jet stream a little bit to the point to where we at least see temperatures below normal, but not as bitterly cold as what we'll be seeing in the next week or so. Wind chill advisories in effect overnight. They begin at 9 p.m. and run till 10 a.m. tomorrow morning for areas west of a Platteville to Lone Rock to Wisconsin Dells line. The rest of us, the wind chill advisory from midnight through 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. Look for a low of 12 below zero with wind chills down to 25 below zero overnight. Tomorrow, look for sunny skies, a high of only 8 degrees, and wind chills remaining below zero all day. Again, future track wind chills around 20 to 25 below zero early tomorrow morning, and even during the day, those wind chills will stay mainly below zero. 7 to 10 day forecast, alert days in the forecast through Monday of next week. Some light snow late Thursday into Friday, some minor accumulations, a few flurries into Saturday, and maybe a chance of light snow or flurries about Tuesday of next week. Right now, none of those storm systems appear to be a major winter event. As we take a look at first warn traffic, as we mentioned before, the Beltline in pretty good shape. We're not seeing any travel delays there, not seeing any accidents, so the travel moving along in the Beltline, the interstate in pretty good shape as far as the road conditions. Travel either direction on the Beltline, about a 15-minute commute. Heading out of Madison, about 26 minutes down to Janesville from the Beltline southward on I-3990. US 12 to Sauk City will take you 17 minutes. And from downtown to Sun Prairie on East Washington Avenue, US 151, it's also a 17-minute commute. That's your News 3 Now First Warn traffic.
All right, Gary, thank you. And ahead on News 3 Now at 5, another honor for the reigning two-time MVP. We'll tell you what it is for Giannis and a Packers coaching update as well. Stay with us.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Is your credit score getting in the way of things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit help you borrow up to $10,000. So check your eligibility on netcredit.com today without affecting your credit score. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
Stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes to an hour. I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of Power Swabs. When I met Dr. Ginniker and he introduced me to Power Swabs and I saw how effective they were and how easy they were to use, I knew we had to share it with the world. Power Swabs was clinically studied to whiten natural teeth as well as stain caps, crowns, and veneers. It's so effective, it works on stains caused by coffee, tea, red wine, and even smoking. For those of you who have that one stained tooth that's darker than the rest, Power Swabs can target that area using swab precision.
I really love the fact that you're able to go individually on each tooth and make sure that it's going to be wider.
So this Valentine's Day, if you have yellowing between your teeth or coffee stains near your gum line, just snap, swab, and smile. And each 5-minute application, you'll see whiter teeth. So stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes or an hour, and start using the Power Swabs 5-minute solution. Just snap, swab, and smile.
After just 7 days, the results were awesome. Power Swabs was easy to use every day, and each day I could see it better and better, and from beginning to end, it's definitely whiter. They look clean, they feel clean. And people have made comments about it, which is nice.
Call for your 5-minute solution to whiter teeth. So this Valentine's Day, order Power Swabs and receive up to 40% off the retail price. Get a free Power Swabs Quick Stick pen with your order. The Quick Stick pen is your on-the-go solution to help prevent stains from adhering to your teeth after drinking coffee, tea, or even after smoking. And in addition to saving up to 40% on your purchase and your free Quick Stick pen, get free shipping by ordering now. Dial the number on your screen or visit powerswabs.com today.
Squeaky, creaky, leaky entry doors from big box stores should be ignored. Scott the window guy does entry doors. He can do yours and so much more.
We do entry doors at scottthewindowguy.com.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection, a name you can trust when service is a must.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection is here 24 hours a day.
7 days a week for all your residential and commercial plumbing services.
From installation, repairs, and maintenance to complete sewer and drain cleaning, we've got you covered.
Visit MononaPFP.com.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection, a name you can trust when service is a must.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
The Green Bay Packers are officially announcing the hiring of Joe Barry as their new defensive coordinator and Maurice Drayton as their new special teams coordinator. Now, Barry has held a lot of jobs, 19 years as an NFL assistant, most recently working with the Rams. The last 3 years as assistant head coach, was also linebackers coach. Now, back in 2007 and 2008, he was defensive coordinator for the Detroit Lions. They went 0-16. They gave up a league-high 517 points back then. That wasn't all his fault. Drayton, by the way, he was promoted after spending the last 3 years. He was the Packers' assistant special teams coach.
Another week, another award for Bucks superstar Giannis Antetokounmpo. The Greek Freak was named the Eastern Conference Player of the Week. He helped lead the Bucks to a 4-0 record where he averaged 24 points, over 10 rebounds, and over 6 assists per game. The reigning two-time MVP and last season's Defensive Player of the Year is averaging 27 points per game.
Well, Tampa Bay Buccaneers are celebrating today after winning the Super Bowl last night in their home stadium. 43-year-old Tom Brady earned his 7th Super Bowl title, his 5th Super Bowl MVP, as he led the Bucs to that dominating 31-9 win over the defending champs, the Kansas City Chiefs. Tampa Bay's defense stopped Chiefs powerhouse quarterback Patrick Mahomes from scoring a single touchdown.
Super Bowl Sunday was also memorable, not just for Tampa Bay's domination on the field, but for the commercials. Comedian Tracy Morgan may well be the Super Bowl's MVP when it comes to the commercials. His 2 60-second ads for Rocket Mortgage took the number 1 and 2 spots in the USA Today ad meter. A Toyota commercial touched audiences with an ad about Paralympic swimmer Jessica Long. And a commercial for Oatly Oat Milk featuring the company's CEO singing in a field was rated as the worst on USA Today's ad meter, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. They got a lot of publicity out of it.
And many of us had never heard of that before that ad. Well, stay with us for a final check of your first warn forecast in just a moment.
Hey, Dutch boy, show me Mocha Red.
Okay.
Does it have a smooth, durable finish?
Yes, and it's 50% more stain resistant. Still talking to Dutch boy?
Dutch boy, show me Sleepy Purple.
Okay. Oh, would you look at that?
That's better.
He'll still help us paint, right?
With Dutch Boy's high-quality, high-performance paint and Menard's friendly expert service, it's easy to twist off to something great.
You're handier than I thought.
Finding the right ingredients for a healthy lifestyle can be tricky. That's why SSM Health and News 3 Now are here to help.
Our Time for Kids recipe for health experts use online conversations and on-air reports to answer your health questions.
So tell us, what topics would your family like to hear about? What questions do you have?
Use the handy feedback form on our Time for Kids page to share what matters most to your family's health. And together,
let's take time for kids.
Finding the perfect pillow can be overwhelming. So many cheap pillows out there. Are you really getting the quality and support you need for a great night's sleep? That's why Denver Mattress turned to a neurosurgeon.
I've been recommending Doctor's Choice for 20 years. And while finding a great mattress is important to a healthy restorative sleep, you also need the right pillow. The Doctor's Choice pillow by Denver Mattress is the only pillow that I use and recommend to my patients.
So follow the doctor's orders with a Doctor's Choice pillow. Packed with hypoallergenic down alternative microfiber and made in the USA at our very own Denver Mattress Factory, the Doctor's Choice pillow provides the ultimate neck-cradling comfort and support. And for a limited time, when you buy one Doctor's Choice jumbo pillow, you get the second free. That's right, 2 pillows for only $69.99 plus free shipping. And every pillow comes with our 365-night better sleep guarantee. Shop in-store or online and get your Doctor's Choice pillow today. But hurry, this offer won't last.
Millions of customers are leaving their providers and switching to Spectrum. And if you have satellite, it's not hard to see why. Because unlike satellite, Spectrum gives you all the services you need, like internet and TV from one provider.
They do?
Yeah, they do. And Spectrum has the fastest download speeds with the most reliable performance. Get Spectrum Internet with speeds at 200 megabits for $44.99 a month. Call 833-909-4499. Spectrum wins on TV, too. Unlike satellite, Spectrum doesn't have an ugly dish to install. And you get exclusive premium original content with Spectrum Originals.
Wow, really?
Really. Plus, Spectrum has more free HD and free on demand. Get Spectrum TV from $44.99 a month. Call 833-909-4499. And unlike satellite providers, Spectrum doesn't have contracts or early termination fees. We'll even buy out your current contract up to $500. Switch to America's fastest growing internet, TV, and voice provider. Get Spectrum Internet and TV from $44.99 a month each. Ask about our easy self-install options. Call 833-909-4499.
It's cold out there right now. Temperatures in the single digits above zero. Wind chills for the most part in the single digits below zero. Wind chill advisories in effect overnight through mid-morning tomorrow. Look for a low of 12 below zero, a high tomorrow of 8 degrees. Bitterly cold weather continues through the weekend and into early next week.
Now we're back in 30 minutes for News 3 Now at 6. The CBS Evening News with Nora O'Donnell coming your way next. Stay tuned.